All right, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to set up a pump for a septic system, pump system. Got our pump here today. That's the Barnes pump that we're using, and outdoor alarm and floats. Pause them. I'm not sure if I can figure out how to link them in the description, but anyway. We'll get started. I'm no pro. I should be, as much of these as I put in, but anyway, I've always had somebody else that I could pay to do them, and well, that guy's not available anymore. Okay, sorry about that. Got it unboxed. First thing I noticed is this alarm only come with the alarm float, so I'm gonna have to go get a high and level float, cut off floats for the pump and put them in line, but I can add them once I get everything put together and built. All right, stick around. All right, so quick update. Got my male adapter. I got a bushing to 1.25 inches. The male adapter was 1.5 inches. Bushing to 1.25 inches. I cut this piece of pipe here, 35 inches coming out of the pump. Then I got a 3-inch piece for a 90 and a check valve or backflow preventer that'll go up here and go out of the tank. But yeah, that's where we're at. Morning. Hadn't had a chance to film much. Over here working on a septic tank this morning. Septic system, engineered septic system. Got 2 tanks going up there at the house. I don't know if you can see the flags. Anyway, holding tank, pump tank, and then we got a 37 by 85 area to excavate over here, backfill with good sand, 14 inches of rock and pipe on top of that, and then place our fill cap. I'll try to get you some video today. All right, so we got our 2 tanks delivered and set. You can see there the outlet coming out the house. We got about 3 inches to fall into this tank. We'll wrap around, go into that tank, come out the other end with the pump, and drain field is going over here. Buddy's over there on the skid steer, raking all the grass off, getting that mucked out. Stay tuned. We'll get it mucked out, and then we'll start putting this backfilling with this good sand. We got some good loads of sand. Probably take 6 or 7 loads of sand, get that thing filled back in, brought back up to grade, and then we have to go back on top of that drain field with 14 inches of rock and pipe. All right, so we got this undercut, mucked out, scratched out, whatever you want to call it. Try to get down to some nice sandy stuff that won't smear. It's kind of the best way I know to explain it. But get all the topsoil vegetation off of it. Engineer spec'd out, go down at least 5 inches. And then we got to put, we got to be 6 inches above original grade with that class 1 fill sand. And we got a bunch of it around here. There's about 6 loads of it right there, and we got a couple more over there in the back, and then we got several loads of fill dirt for the fill cap afterwards. But right now we got it scratched out. You see that flag there? There's a flag over in that corner, back there where Mark was, and back there where Mark is now. So Fun, fun, fun. Now it's time to go eat, and then we'll get we'll get that sand backfilled in here. All right, back from lunch. Got some grade stakes set. Getting ready to start backfilling this with sand. We got to take a little more out this end down here. It's a little shallow. We need 12 inches, a good 12 inches of sand. So that'll put us 6 inches above grade. So I'm gonna hop on the excavator and Mark's gonna start baling some sand in there. Good morning, back at it this morning. Didn't get much chance to film much yesterday, but anyway, we got this sand hogged in here yesterday. Just got it bolted in here. I'm getting ready to line it out. We got a 10 foot by 75 going here, 7 foot in between, another 10 by 75 going over there. We had to cut out our buffer, so 5 foot on each side, start a 10 foot ditch, 7 foot in between, like I say, 10 foot, another 5 foot buffer on the side, 5 foot on this end buffer, 5 foot on the other end buffer. We got to put 14 inches of rock on top of this, but we'll hop in here and get this graded out, get this sand on grade so we don't waste a bunch of rock, because the rock's a lot more expensive than this sand is. So we'll get this sand on grade, get it where it needs to be, and then we'll probably backfill my strip in the middle, and even the sides after we get this sand graded on grade, and that way it'll give us something to hold this rock in place. All right, be back in a minute. All right, so we got this backfilled around here, got our berms built up, got us a strip of fill dirt through the middle, keep our rock separated. Can't talk. I got 3 loads of 57 there. I got 1 over there. Fixing to grab that pile with the mini and start throwing it in. We'll fill it up to these stops. This will be the bottom of our pipe. We got those set on grade, 10 foot increments, and then a 5 foot section down here on the end. Stay tuned. All right, after lunch, second day we've been out here. Anyway, getting rock and pipe put in here. Got our sides pulled up, topping everything off. We just kind of got the pipe stuck in place on grade. Got our 7 foot through the middle, 2 10 foot wide beds, 2 pipes per ditch, 14 inches of rock on top of a minimum of 12 inches of sand. This thing ought to last forever. Morning, back at it, day 3. Two ditches in, got our rock, got our 14 inches of rock. Still got a little bit of rock down there on the other end. I'm gonna scatter along these edges. Got it, may as well use it. Can't hurt. And then we gotta set our distribution box, run our force main over to the tank, set up our pump alarm and all that good mess. But for right now, we're gonna get it over there, get that rock thrown in here. Got some fabric. We're gonna cover this up and start getting all this fill dirt put in place and get it capped off. Be back shortly. All right, rock's graded out. Starting to backfill now. Let's see, we got our fabric on there. 10 foot wide, 75 foot long. This fabric's actually 12/6, so it gets a good coverage, good lap over the sides. All right. All right, so finally get to the point of hooking up this pump. I got my float, my on-off float here. I got it at about 16, 18 inches from the male adapter that goes into the pump, and then about A little over half that distance is where I put this alarm float. Got a union up top. This will go on there like such. Check valve here. Getting ready to set the pump in the hole. It will discharge here. Got a electrical 90 over there and some 2-inch conduit. We're going to set it on a post. All right, hope that helps. All right, this is going to be the end of this one. Buddy Mark's over there kind of slicking everything up with the skid steer. Oh, bunch of dirt, sand, rock. Oh my goodness. This was a doozy. It's a little high. I was hoping it wouldn't be that high, but it's what the engineers got drawn up. Not a whole lot we can do about that. Got a stick marking our distribution box. It doesn't get quite as much fill over the top of it, so we want to make sure we don't hit it, so we mark it. Little shot from this end. Force main comes out this end of the distribution box, goes up there to the tanks and the you see the box and the alarm, outdoor alarm, all that good stuff. I'll walk up there and show you that real quick. So we got an outdoor alarm up here. Our float for a high level comes in here, ties into the back of that control panel. Electrician will come and hook power to these. And then in the big box here is the on-off float for the pump and power connection. Power to the pump piggybacks into the back of the float, tells it when to cut on and off. All right, that's gonna be a wrap on this one. Yeah, we got 3 solid days out here on this one, but it's done. Put it behind us. Time to get loaded up and go home. Catch you on the next one.